My F43 came home with a puppy when I'm 43. I've been saying no. Some background. We've been together for 7 years. In those 7 years, she's made some pretty life-altering decisions that would affect me without prior discussion to her making said decisions. Some would include getting herself fixed and quitting a job to be self-employed. I myself speak with her about major things first. I don't just do them. Also, I was never one who wanted to own a home, but I went and bought us a house, so I didn't have to hear her whining about renting. Another thing was, the initial year we were dating and talking about moving in together. I had a pretty rambunctious dog. He was a happy dog, but so happy that she thought it best I surrender him because he was afraid he was too wild to have around her young, at the time, children. So, in the last 4 or 5 years, we did adopt a dog for the whole family. Since I have had dogs all my life, I do consider myself a dog person and will do dog person things, like dog window shop. If I don't have a dog, maybe I'll end up with one. If I do, I never consider having a second. So we've had this dog and have dog window shopped. But I have always said no to having a second dog. Here are the reasons why. Her kids are not responsible. My kid, not my kid. I tried having a cohesive parenting situation since day one living together, but she can't keep at making sure rules that are intended for the kids stay followed. She would create them. Then she would let them be broken. Since I am better at trying to enforce rules, well, that just made me the bad guy to the kids. That being said, she rarely gives them chores, and they maybe take care of our current dog 5% of the time between the two of them, now 10 and 12 respective. My sow has also complained all these years about the cost of having the one dog has been, despite me paying for the vet and her the grooming, which with our dog the vet bills are always much more annually than the freaks / he gets groomed. I am also the one that buys his food and treats. It's with that her responsibility is taking him to the vet with my money, but she always comes home complaining about. She also doesn't take care of our dog very well either, out of sheer laziness. She has resorted to just letting him in the backyard without a proper walking and doesn't pick up after him. Lastly, all 3 of them don't pick up after themselves, and our dog has gotten into things that have both scared me and frustrated me. Like last night, putting a chewed-up piece of gum in an open wrapper and then just leaving it on the couch. I found myself last night using the scissors to cut gum off my dog's paw. I'm constantly finding cups and food containers and trash on the floor because they don't throw anything away, and the dog gets into it. Just preventable things that dog owners should be responsible with when owning a dog. Believe it or not, that all was a short backstory. I could say more, but now I'm in a situation where she decided to take the kids to a breeder who has a local storefront and buy one of those special expensive puppies. You know, the ones that cost like almost $2,000. And she did this without talking to me about. Aside from the issues outlined above, the other thing right now is we simply don't have the money. We just had some basement work done that I had to take a loan out for and am trying to pay back. We both are in debt consolidation programs, mostly because our self-employed ventures don't pan out sometimes, and for months we have to live on my income. Lastly, my father has dementia, and it's getting to the point where I want to help him, and my mother out because my mother has to be home with him at all times, and it's taking a toll on her now, and it's still early, so I'm looking into trying to get everyone into a side by side so I can help my mum and my dad. That also is a financial thing right now. So I was pretty pissed off when she and the kids walked into the house with this $2 copy. And she knew what she was doing was wrong because her conscience told her to call others for affirmation, that she should do this knowing I'd be upset. No one knows what we're going through that I'm aware of, so, of course, she'll be told to do. It's not like she let anyone into any of the details I am sharing with Reddit right now. Anyway, so I told her the dog can't stay. We can't have 2 dogs right now, really probably not ever, as our current one also has special needs, and that sent her tenure into her room crying. My so told her not to cry, because they're not getting rid of the dog. I said return the dog, and she claims she can't. Then she pulls crazy out of her pocket and slyly suggests we get rid of our current dog then. I said he's not going anywhere. Get rid of the puppy. She had to run an errand, a short one. But she's been gone much longer now, and I tried calling the breeder's store, as they were listed as still open. But there was no answer. I emailed with no response yet. I went to their page and come to find my so adopted the last of their puppies, so they closed early and won't reopen for a week. I did leave a comment under that post with a too long. Don't read hoping they'll read my email and respond or call me. I feel like this really is the last straw because of so many things from the past 7 years that I did tell her she can keep the puppy if they all move out and take it with them. And before anyone says that maybe this'll be the thing to teach them all to be responsible, now no, it won't. I've been made promises about how she would take care of the house if I bought one, and she barely lifts a finger. When she does, it's half-assed. I've been told the kids would have rules with their phones/tablets/computers, or there are none. They're on them every waking moment. I also feel mostly responsible for the dog we already have. So ... what do I do? Too long. Don't read. So when their kids came home with a $2 puppy I wasn't made aware of when they already aren't very responsible people. Make life decisions without consulting me. We don't have the money right now. And we already have a dog that I mostly take care of myself. I think you already know what you want to do. You're just here looking for validation. If you're through, you're through. First off, I feel for you. This is what stands out about you. Also the way you've presented. She and her kids are her family, and you're just the guy she's with. She doesn't consult you about anything for this reason, in my opinion. She's not really attached emotionally to animals. She's already disposed of one-year-old dog, and when presented with you saying no to 2 dogs, she wants to get rid of the current dog for a shiny new puppy. She doesn't sound financially responsible at all, but then she's got you for back up to her poor choices. This is what stands out about you as you've presented. You seem like a laid-back guy. You've let her walk all over you since the beginning. You bought a house when you really didn't want to. You got rid of a dog because you didn't really want that dog. She got herself fixed, which is her choice ultimately, without seeming to have a discussion with you about your future together, with or without having children together. Money is super tight, and you now have another dog that you don't want or need. The cost of the new dog, future upheaval. You've got a house you didn't want, and you've got a that treats you like you don't matter at all in important decisions. I don't think you really are a couple. She's got her family, and you aren't part of it. What is holding you back from just walking away? Your walking will leave her to deal with her shitty choices. Go help your parents. They're your family. Man, this was so depressing to read. It sounds like you've utterly no control in your own life. It does whatever the hell she wants to do. You have no authority over the kids. You're constantly giving in to try to keep the peace. You are just a glorified maid, secretary, and aunt. I don't know how you do this day in and day out without snapping. Something has to give, whether it be your relationship is up to you.